Hello everyone, this is General Hand Grenade. Welcome to my home in Prince George, British Columbia. We're not in the war room today, we're out at the dining room table. So this is going to be a pretty short video, and there will be a contest at the end. I'm going to tell you that now, although you have to do something very specific for this one. So we have a great community. We call it the Axis and Allies community, but it's become more than that because there's more games involved. With global war and with the offshoots of Axis and Allies, the bloodbath series and the stuff that Grasshopper's done, and just those types of games. We all watch the same videos and go to the same websites and buy from the same stores and everything to get our stuff to play with our little plastic army men. And it's a great community, and I made a lot of friends in this community. One of the people that I admire the most is the guy that got me into playing Global War 1936. There wasn't a lot of stuff online when I was looking at the game. Like I'd seen the game on historicalboardgaming.com, and I looked at it, and I without knowing much about it and seeing the price, you think, well, geez, I don't know, I mean, there's lots out now. I mean, just my videos alone, I must have put out dozens and dozens of them. And lots of other people have put out videos. But in the beginning, there was only Hilltop Pillbox who was doing them. Now, this is a guy from my home province. He's from Abbotsford, British Columbia. And he has a pillbox on top of a hilltop. And he has a great channel. He does lots of games. He did the Global War series. He's done Axis and Allies. Tons of Axis and Allies games, in fact. He doesn't just stick to Global 40 like most guys did, right? But anyway, really well spoken and a great guy. So his last video, he put out, he was going to start selling off some games. And the first game he was going to auction off, and that was his version of Global War 1936 to 1945 second edition, with all the pieces and all the expansion sets and everything, and it was a silent auction. If you haven't gotten in on that, you're running out of time. I encourage you to go there. Like you can really get yourself a pretty good deal if you put in the right bid for that, right? And you win it. But the reason he's doing this is not because he's had enough of playing games. What it is his son is going to university, and he's trying to raise some money, and he's been buying games for years, right? So he's got all these games and everything, and so he thought, you know what, this here's where we can get some money is out of these games. And I didn't need the 36 game. What I needed was some of the other games, and so he didn't say what they were. So I reached out to him. I sent him an email and asked him, what other games you got. And that was on Sunday. And Thursday morning, this is Friday now, Thursday morning, these games showed up at my house. And I got to tell you, they are in absolutely perfect condition. Like, there is nothing wrong on the edges of the boxes or anything, right? Great games too. Star Trek Catan over there. I didn't have any of the Catan games, and I wanted some, and he had the Star Trek one, and I'm a major Trekkie, so I thought, yeah, that'd be the one for me. I've seen people play it online, and it looks fun. Twilight Imperium. Now, where I live in Prince George is kind of a remote community. It's the biggest community around here. I mean, the places around us are even more remote. But to ship things up here and stuff, and the number of stores is not that many. So, like, I was just in the game store today, and man, like, the price of games, they really rake you over the coals up here, right? So this was a great opportunity for me to pick up some really great games, and for a good price. These are in brand new shape. Like, I opened each one of them up here. Let me just open one of these and show you. So, like, this is Tide of Iron here. Look at this. Plastic army men. I'm just gonna go nuts. There's Americans and Germans, and oh my God, I'm gonna have so much fun this winter. And all kinds of pieces and everything. So everything is in these games, and everything is in perfect condition. There's nothing wrong with any of it. Some of the games he has are still in shrink wrap even. Anyway, so, and this game here, like, this is a really expensive game. I think I got it for approximately half price of what I would pay up here for the game. Now I don't know what you would pay where you live, but up here, that's I got it for what would it be, about half price. And just like that other game over there, everything is in perfect shape. There's nothing wrong. Ooh, oh no, a little bit on the box here. I want my money back. You know, I would have that on my box after about 3 days anyway. So, but that one over there is in perfect shape, and some of them are in perfect shape. Let me just give you a list of the games that he got. I gotta set that down. So he's got Axis now. Oh, I'll give you the prices too. He's giving me the prices in US dollars. So Axis and Allies 1941 for $25. Starcraft for $75. Panzer General Allied Assault for $75. Battlecry 150th Anniversary Edition. There's a little bit of box damage, but the game is fine. For $50. Roll Through the Ages for $50. Stonehenge for $35. Beowulf for $40, and that's in the shrink wrap, and also Hawaii for $40. That's also still in shrink wrap. Caylus for $40. Settlers of America Catan Histories for $40. Struggle for Rome, another Catan Histories for $40. Conflict of Heroes, it's in shrink. It's an amazing game series for $50. Frag Gold Edition for $50. Lost Cities for $30. A Game of Thrones for $50. Lord of the Rings, the Confrontation for $40. And Marvel Heroes for $50. So these, like I said, these are like new, and some of them even brand new games that he's got here. And I think that you would have to pay for shipping too. So probably not such a good deal for people that live in, say, Europe. But for people who are living in BC and Alberta, probably the best price for shipping, because we live so close to Abbotsford. Abbotsford is near Vancouver. It's probably about he's probably within 5 to 10 miles of north of the Washington border. So even Washington and Oregon would not be that much to ship games to. But he'll let you know though, like if you contact him, he'll let you know how much it is to ship to your place. He'd have to check it out, of course, first. But anyway, it's a great deal, and it's for a good cause. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that list of games in the description box below the video there. It'll probably say read more. You got to click on the read more, and then it'll show the games and the prices. And also I'll put a link to his email, so you would just email him and just take a look. Now, as I said, he is a great guy, and he helped me get into Global War 1936 to 1945, and that game has led me to a lot of different places. Like to me, I think it's the best game out there. And Doug just put out version 3 on his website 2 days ago for pre-order, and you can get a lot of the other stuff for pre-order as well, markers and factory sets and things like that. You can get as a one-time deal if you pre-order them now, right? So like him and I talked a lot about that, and you know, about the cost of getting into the game, and these are the comments that I get on my channel and stuff like that. So he's actually we both put our heads together. We put together sets and everything. So for one time only, when you buy the game, you can save yourself some money. And I know that's pretty expensive, but also it's Christmas time, and that makes it a good time to buy these games as well. Like you could not necessarily buy them for yourself, but buy them for one of your kids or for your spouse. Or if somebody's asking you, what do you want for Christmas? Say, well, there's this guy in BC. His name is Hilltop, and he lives in a pillbox, and he's got these games for sale. Great deal. So, you know, like that. There's that, and there's also the game at historicalboardgaming.com, version 3 of 1936 to 1945. So I've got something else I want to do, and it's a contest, and it's for my friend Hilltop Pillbox and for his son who's going through university. So take a look at this. This is a wicked prize here. So this is my set of Commanders. Now if you were going to have one expansion set, Commanders is the one to have. I've got them all painted up there and everything. And the colors might be slightly different because, you know, like my Russia Brown is slightly different than the out-of-box Axis and Allies Russia Brown, you know what I mean? But that's okay. The reason I've painted their helmets and their bases gold is because they blend in too well. With their hands behind their backs, it's not really a unique pose that stands out, right? So I've tried to make them stand out. So if they're slightly off on the color, then that's perfect. And you could even repaint them yourself. Then there's these markers here, all the different kind of weather condition markers. You can make up your own rules for that. Like if you're sending planes out or whatever, you know, then you just roll the dice and see, you know, what the weather conditions are or something. And then these things here, these are great. Doug gave me these, not this one here. This one's mine. So I've just painted these this morning. Those are the base coat that I'm doing. And this is the final coat here. This is mine. I just put that there so you would see what the final coat looks like. And it's really, really close to out of box for the British. So what we have here are two. These are all 3D printed, okay? So right here, just these pieces right here, probably about $50 here. So this is the Vanguard, and I'm giving you two of these, and those are heavy battleships. So basically what you have here is your is part of your V3 game here. So two heavy battleships, they're the Vanguard. It's the last battleship ever built. Two Malta carriers, and they're slightly larger than the out-of-box, or what I guess the Malta that he used to have on the site. He made them slightly larger. So these are going to be your heavy carriers. These are going to be your heavy battleships, and they're British sculpts as well. So that's kind of cool because I think the heavy battleship that he's going to go with is actually the Montana, I believe. So it's going to be an American one, right? So you'll actually have 3D printed versions of the Vanguard, not just plastic ones of the Montana. And then here, this is these are also 3D printed and in good plastic, not just cheap plastic. So that's going to be your attack transports. And 5 is probably about, like, I give you the number of stuff that you would need for the British, okay? And the reason I did that was because I had British units over here. And then these ones over here, those are your battle cruisers. So you've already got your regular cruisers from your Axis and Allies games, and those will be your battle cruisers. And again, they will all be painted in this color here, which is really, really close to out of box. It's almost indistinguishable. This is just the base coat that I did this morning for this contest. And that's why I have it on this ugly box too. I put my freshly painted units on this box because wood is porous, so it allows better for drying and it doesn't stick. Like if you put it on a piece of paper or cardboard or something, then you try to take it off later, then the paint sticks to the cardboard. I find with the wood that it helps out a lot. I don't put it on there right away, like I let it dry a little bit and then I put it on the wood for the rest of the drying. Anyway, so this is a great prize. So how you're going to get this prize here is you buy one of the games that I told you there off of Hilltop Pillbox. You contact him and you say, you know, like you want this game or that game or whatever. If you guys manage to strike up a deal, then your name's going to go in the contest. Like I'm going to get your names from Hilltop Pillbox. And so if you buy 2 games, I'm going to put your name in the hat twice. If you buy 3 games, your name goes in the hat 3 times. So this is great. Like not only are you going to get a great game, but I mean this stuff here, this has got to be worth at least 350 million rupees, which I don't know is about $100 American. Whatever. Anyway, it's a good prize, and it's painted by General Hand Grenade himself. And so yeah, I know what I was trying to think of. So one last thing, if you do buy a game off of him, and you're going to have to give him your real name, of course, because he's going to have to ship it to you. Your real name might not be the same as your name on YouTube, right? Like your name might be like General Hand Grenade, like mine. That's not my real name either. People don't call me that at work, right? So if you want to be entered into the contest, and I can't imagine why you wouldn't, then just let him know as well that you don't want your real name entered into the contest. You want your name as Hilltop Pillbox or whatever your name is on YouTube, okay? So then when the name goes into the hat, then I call your name out, and there you go, okay? That's just so like, because some people that they don't want people to know their real name, right? It could be because of their jobs. It could be for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe you're in the witness protection program. Whatever, you know, it's none of my friggin' business, right? So anyway, great prize and also great cost. Let's get this pillbox kid all educated up, and you can really help out with buying these games from one of the outstanding members of our community, Mr. Hilltop Pillbox. Take care, everyone. General Hang. Oh, one last thing. Let's leave this up for, let's leave it till middle of December. Like the weekend that's in the middle of December. I'm not looking at calendar right now. It could be the 14th or 15th or 16th. Whatever that weekend is in the middle of December. That's when I'm going to get the names off of him. And that's when I'm going to draw for this prize. Anyway, take care, everyone. General Hand Grenade out.